Hello and welcome to the FACEIT show. A little bit late, Cloud9 had some issues with Skadoodle's intertube, so the whole show is starting late, which probably means that we can't do our alpha draft picks because I'm guessing that the threshold would be top of the hour. But I think after the game we'll probably go through those and have a look at who we would have chosen. But I'm sure we can still do a unicorn pick for maybe the third match. Dan, how are you today?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good.
We did our first FPL show earlier. Share has nothing to do with this, James.
That is true.
That's very true.
So we can have a quick look at the schedule and see what games we have coming up today. Of course, we have 3 maps. The first one should probably be starting very soon. So let's have a look. Complexity versus Cloud9. I believe Desi is going to be the stand-in. Oh, Cloud9 have got 2 matches. Well, hopefully Skadoodle can finish. It can have his internet issues resolved before the second one starts. But there we go. So we're going to have Complexity versus Cloud9 on Train. Then we are going to have Overpass with Cloud9 playing Winter Fox, which at least they're playing Winter Fox for that one, considering the issues that they're having at the moment.
James, they have 3 players playing from overseas.
They do indeed. And Cloud9 versus Luminosity will be the last map on Overpass. Train and double Overpass. It's not something you see every day. We've had a lot of Dust 2 recently, fair bit of Cash, and we see Train almost every day as well. We can have a quick look at the rankings while we wait for this match to start and see how these teams are doing at the moment. We can see, again, it's just the 3rd day of the North American League at the moment. Cloud9 sitting pretty, 2 for 2. Liquid 1 for 1. Everybody else has lost at least 1 match. You can see Winter Fox there with just pure losses, and X Elevate still haven't found themselves a team named that.
Winter Fox have lost 3 games, James, and they have 3 players playing from Europe. Coincidence?
Yeah, that is true. Okay, so we have 2 player highlights today. Do you know who our player highlights are, Dan? Oh, we don't have player highlights, I'm told. Well, that is unfortunate. Maybe we will do after game 2. We'll have to after game 1. Sorry, we'll have to see. So no player highlights, Dan. Never mind that.
Like so expectation, rip it away. That's the story of life for me.
We'll do the alpha draft stuff later, of course, because the time has passed. So we've got unicorns to do, but I don't know what the ETA is for the match because it's 1:15 already. So they should be okay. So I'm told that we're going to go into the match, so we can do all the other bits later on. It's a bit disorganized. I blame Skadoodle's internet provider.
Who needs a pre-show?
Who needs
it?
Who needs a pre-show?
I don't need a pre-show, James. I'm ready.
So I'm guessing a Skadoodle could watch on his phone, maybe Grimace. So I guess Sean Gers can AWP instead, and put Desi on Sean's role maybe. Does he do that? I mean, it might be a bit confusing. What does Skadoodle do here? What am I supposed to do? Desi, you do that. Who knows if that's how it works?
I don't know that you can really just replace Skadoodle in any sense. There are some players which you can replace. Skadoodle is not one of them, I would say. So generally speaking, they're against complexity on Train. I don't think that Cloud9 are going to have too much of an issue without an AWPer, because I feel like a lot of people attach too much value to AWPing on Train. You can get away without AWPing at all, and there's many ways to do so, whether it be through the use of smoke executes on the T side, or just ignoring that completely, just using like 1 or 2 smokes. But generally, like fast play with rifles is very effective too. We don't have to stick to the old concept that is Train, which is a lot of AWPs, because it used to be the quintessential AWPing map where you can have multiple AWPs on there. But hey, I say move with the times. We don't need so many AWPs anymore.
Well, nothing is perfectly capable of AWPing on that map for his team as well. And again, Sean Gers can AWP, so if they need to, they can pick up the slack. But I think it's still a case that you can just see all the way down, and there are some places where the AWP can be used well, like the CTs playing connector, looking towards team main, they get there first, etc. But generally speaking, we've seen that Cloud9 are a team who you might say one of the first teams to start on the CT side, choking off the team main area with smokes, flashbangs and so on. Curious to see if they're going to continue that trend or if they've developed their strategy since we last saw them on FACEIT Stage 2 finals, I guess.
Yeah, I would rather have Desi doing what he's good at as opposed to putting him on Skadoodle's kind of skill sets. I think that's on Train. I think it's totally fine. I think more or less on any map it's probably fine. We see, for example, I would say that Liquid is a team that can show fine it is to play without any AWPers. I think Virtus Pro is another team that has shown a precedent for that, saying, okay, we don't need necessarily to have AWPers to do well. We can just play more dynamically. We can play with the rifles. As long as the riflers are good riflers, then it's not really an issue. So, hey, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Skugul, of course, is probably one of the best players in... Well, he is one of the best players in NA. And one of the best AWPers, full stop. And, well, looks like we're doing some knives here. Knife.
Okay, so we are in the game live. And, well, people dying down, basically. What more is there to say? So Complexity win. Let's see if they choose CT side.
I don't like the Shadow Daggers, James, because I'm a purist, and there should only be one knife in this game. If you're able to wield at any one time.
Yeah, I do find that quite a departure from the norm, as well. Actually,
it's wrong.
And I did tweet at the time and say this is one of the kind of pop culture things in Counter-Strike. Maybe a bit of that's being lost with the fact that there are a weapon with two. But then the question is that okay or is it not okay?
It's not okay. I don't accept this. I like change, but there should not be two knives. Unless you can throw the knives, then it would be very badass, and I would accept that. But this is not as badass as throwing knives. It's just holding two knives. It sucks. Let's stick to one knife.
Well, there we go. Dan has spoken.
Alright, we appear to be lacking the teams on either side.
Indeed,
on the HUD.
indeed.
Can we double escape this? I think that might fix our problems. No, it won't. It won't actually at all. So we'll have to use our imagination. There are two teams in this game. And we will have the push coming into the A bomb site here. All the T players are going for the yard push. And so far we're going to see a pretty interesting situation. So the bomb goes down for Cloud9 on the T side. Freaksoid will take down Stemfist towards Connector. Things looking rather problematic for the Complexity side. What? The bomb got defused in the smoke.
LOL.
I did not even catch that, but the bomb will be defused in the smoke. And Cloud9 with an absurd...
Spit it out, mate. Come on.
I don't think I can, James. An absurd oversight into this round. They did not see the defuse happening. They did not hear the defuse happening. Maybe there's too much in the way of noise, too much in the way of sounds and visual, but they did not catch the defuse there. So annoying situation losing a round like that. They had a pretty strong advantage before the situation where they didn't just understand that there's someone actually defusing and they need to kill that person. So we're going to have a situation here where Complexity are going to be playing against a force buy. Or, well, actually we haven't seen because we can't see what everyone's starting with, but judging on what I just saw out of nothing, he's got a Molotov. Therefore, it would be likely that... Okay, yeah, they've actually gone for a force buy here, getting the bomb down, going for the force buy, and that means that we can see an execute on TA's side. But there is a couple players on Ali side of things, and Sanks will take down nothing as well towards the front of the train yard, meaning that Cloud9 kind of need a pick to get in here, and that's not really the ideal situation when you're in a buy like this. You want to just be able to get into the positions, and right now Sanks is going to be denying that. He'll take down two more players, and that will be a 2 versus 4 situation in favor of the CTs, in favor of Complexity. Desi, the stand-in here for Skudul, the stand-in for Cloud9, is looking for a kill. He'll find one onto Stemfist, and that will make it into a 2-on-3. As Cloud9 move their way in, and Shroud is proving he is mechanically a beast as we know him. And here it is, another great frag from Shroud. He's alone in this 1-on-1. And there it is, finds the next kill onto Valance. Great stuff there from Shroud. And that would be Cloud9 saving themselves just barely, as that was a horrible round for both teams, to be honest. I mean, we'll see the instant reset there onto the CT economy of Complexity from Cloud9. So they've done a good job. It wasn't really a situation that may even have been anticipated for Complexity, because they saw that Cloud9 did get the bomb down in that first round. So they may have been thinking, okay, you know what? Well, they're going to be on a Glocks. They're going to be saving their money for that third round. They're going to get those AKs in, and that's when things get dangerous. We can just have a nice round, or we can build some money. But no, that was not the case. Instead, we saw the force buy out of Cloud9. They went with the push, and it wasn't even an execute like you normally would expect from the second round force buy after the bomb plant from the T's. No, it was not an execute. They managed to just pick up the kills there. Shroud picking himself up at that AK, or the AK being dropped to him, and that was enough again, we just saw excellent individual play from the team, and that's something that you would expect that Cloud9 should have over everybody else. It's just great individual play, and we highlighted Shroud last night in our North American match. We had a nice clip of him. We saw him. We bigged him up. He's like, this guy is the mechanical monster of NA, and we saw that.
Hopefully, while that issue is being resolved, we can restart the game, and hopefully, the HUD will appear. There are many bugs in Counter-Strike, and that's a new one. There's always almost a new one every day. But yeah, if we can just kill the game, open it up again, then hopefully everything will appear hunky-dory. So you can see there's a bit of a config issue. I can only assume they loaded the wrong config, but that's being dealt with, and hopefully we will be back into the match soon. Well done.
I was just casting Counter-Strike. I was just talking about Counter-Strike. That's what I do, James.
Just in the flow.
Yeah, because I realized that I was like in a situation where like filling, and it's like, well, I'm filling, but I'm talking about Counter-Strike, but I'm not actually updating people as to what's happening, because clearly stuff is going on, but I'm not talking about it. I'm just talking about Counter-Strike. So I realized that I failed to inform our viewers, James, as to what the situation was, or how the situation was developing. So I apologize to you viewers for my lack of cognizance of the situation, but it's okay, because I bigged up Shroud.
That makes it all fine. So who do you think, I mean, we've announced now that DreamHack Winter is going to be the location and date of the finals for FACEIT Stage 3, the final stage of 2015. TSM in Europe have qualified already, according to CSM. I don't know if any of us have actually done the math.
Yeah, they won 8 games, so they qualified.
But they've done the nerd and found out that they've qualified. What are your expectations from North America?
As far as qualifications, if Liquid don't qualify, I'll be incredibly surprised, because they look better than Cloud9 right now, which is great. Great to see that that's actually happening. Cloud9 obviously should be qualifying as well. It's top 2 spots, right? So those should be the 2 teams that qualify. CLG, they did manage to qualify for the major. It was actually incredible that they managed to do so. They won 2-0 against Flipside, which was pretty impressive, to be honest. The way that they won, like a lot of it, they had matches, and it kind of followed the trend of the tournament, that the teams that would play first at DreamHack Stockholm, they had their first game of the day. Cloud9 did this as well, and they just kind of had a blowout where they didn't play very well. They had a shaky performance, but then in the second match that really counted to go for the qualification. They managed to just have a crushing result against a good team. So I forget who Cloud9 played, but CLG they ended up playing Flipside after barely winning their first match. They beat Flipside 2-0. They looked like a really strong kind of European team. They had some issues here and there, but generally speaking, they looked really good. They're on the right tracks, more or less. So essentially it's like, do more of this. Like, this is what you just did. More of kind of this, and you'll be going in a good place. And they qualified. So CLG are a team that in North America that you expect good things from them. And so I hope to see that from the major they'll get the experience, and we'll get to see a new side of them as well, because CLG qualifying for a major is pretty sick, because outside of Team Liquid and Cloud9, you don't expect anybody to qualify for a major. Yeah,
they didn't qualify for the FACEIT League. Peter got a nice bit of revenge there, if you will, taking them out. So I believe we are going back into the match now. That would be fantastic. So all is well in the world, and they are going to go just for the hard restart. Cheers. Alright, so Complexity with 4 players on Kevlar and Valens on the defuse kit. You can see there's a boost in the connector area, but it's the Cloud9 side with the man advantage at the moment, and they are cutting down the Complexity team one by one.
So, are we starting from the beginning again?
It appears so.
Interesting, because it's funny, because no matter what way you look at it, I mean, Cloud9 are going to be worse off, because they lost the pistol round previously and then won the second round, which puts you in a better position economically as the T side, as the C2 side, as any side really, to be honest. Anyway, we have a situation whereby Cloud9 they won this pistol round. They just have to defend against the force bite of the CT side of Complexity, and Sean Gez will be moving in quickly with that Mac 10. First kill there for him, and he'll toss in the nade as well. The thing's looking pretty good here as his teammates go down onto the B-bomb site. Just running down in there, running through upper. Oh, and the jump shots there with the P90 onto Roka. And Cloud9 will have the bomb site and likely the rounds.
See if Complexity can hold on to anything here or try and save that scout. There's one frag onto Sean Gares. Nothing coming in for the cleanup. Ooh, Dink. But he's going to survive for now. And automatic again, going to try and save that scout. There's a few seconds to go on that bomb though, so he's looks unlikely. Desi will come to finish him off, so there we go. Nice anti-eco here by Cloud9. Or anti-force by rather. Anti-whatever. Anti-complexity round, you might say. Complexity going to be on eco now, so obviously we won't be expecting much. Man, what are these avatars called? Like Roker's avatar? Spoderman type avatars. They're everywhere now.
Where's mine?
They're all the rage, Dan.
I don't have one. No one's made me one.
Just put your face there, Dan. It'll be just as good. Oh, we've got a fast bomb plant maybe coming in. Cloud9 losing 2 players. Oh, nothing actually, indeed. Jumping on the train, just making sure nobody's close by. With limited numbers, he's going to opt to go for the fake. Nice punish onto Rocker by Desi. Leaving Semphis alone. That old Elevate lineup was quite fun to watch. But it's gone now. Just like the old Denial lineup.
Yep. So lineup's crumbling to the passages of time.
I like that. Passages of time. That's nice.
Yeah. I'm a poet. I am a poet.
Don't do it.
FACEIT still has nothing to show for himself in 3 rounds. I find this perplexing and ultimately disappointing.
It's a team game, mate.
And no longer can I be a fan of him. Not that I ever was. Anyway.
Wow, okay.
Well, thanks going for the defense there. And he'll pick up the kill onto Shroud. And very fast aggression coming from Cloud9 as they make their way into the bomb sites. And this is the kind of aggression that you expect on Train from the T side. Oh,
nice.
You have to be joking, mate. Sean Gares and nothing against Roka and Semphis. And the bomb has yet to be planted, so in this position, Complexity, they're not really in that bad of a spot, to be honest. They just have to take smart positions to make sure they're not too exposed, because they're in a position where they can go to A or B very quickly, so it doesn't really matter too much. It's not as bad as some maps in this position. And Sean Gares just covering the flank at the moment, and as his teammate nears the bomb side A, he can start to look at more positions to try to understand who is standing where and how he can help his teammate get onto the bomb plant safely, because when that bomb starts to go down, the issue is that the CTs can pop out of their hiding places potentially. So Sean Gares needs to be able to cover nothing as he goes for the plant, and nothing has spotted the barrel, and he will proceed to execute his opponent in Semphis. And in comes Rocker now, but it's a 1-on-2, and he will get nailed by Sean Gares. Well played there by Cloud9, and Complexity down 4 rounds into this train match. And it could get much worse for them, as we have a great economy going for Cloud9. In fact, nothing had $10K. Has he died yet? Yes, he's died once. He's died once, James. But he came back. He came back from the dead.
Lazarus pit style.
Yeah.
So, Complexity, spending what little money they have. Well, I mean, spending what little extra money they have. Smoking a flash onto automatic. So he spent $1,000 there with the 5.7 as well. No defuse kit though, any of the players. I really want to see more defuse kits on this type of rounds. Like the smoke and the flash didn't yield any results here. That doesn't mean it was a bad buy though, of course. Sanks has Kevlar to save now with his 5.7, so it would make sense for him to try and hide somewhere. It is a big map, but all the Cloud9 players could go for it. Although they can see that there's not the CT players weren't really holding much, so don't be too concerned, but there it is. Another frag on the board there for nothing.
There's ketchup all over the walls, James. What's going on?
Couldn't tell you, mate. Couldn't tell you. 5-0 to Cloud9. Complexity back on the buy. Semphis, of course, going for the AWP. Rocker has not bought yet. Maybe he's considering a second AWP. Or maybe he's checking his Facebook. So 2 defuse kits for the Complexity side as well. We'll see what they can offer this Cloud9 side. Do it heading in numbers towards the B bomb site early on. There's only one player there for the CTs at the moment, and that's going to be Rocker.
Yeah, I mean, again, the way the B bomb site works as a CT defense is just try not to die. If you end up dying, at least get 2 or 3 kills out of it. because as long as you can prevent the T's from actually choking off the connector area, then you're fine. As long as the TTs can rotate into that B bomb site with the weapons, it's very hard for the T's to actually hold the bomb site, as opposed to A, which is hard to take, but is as much harder to take than A, but it's much harder to retake than B for the CTs. So Nays will start to go in there for Cloud9 as they slowly creep their way in, going for the contact play, and Complexity is still not convinced as to what's happening, but they have been alerted. They've got 2 players there, and Roka is just standing on the top of the train. That's not going to work out, and 2 players go down immediately for Complexity, and you have to like the chances of Cloud9 in this position as Valenz will go in, and sure, he's going to go in, but he's going to get spammed down there by Freakazoid, and this is just not the way that this round should have played out for Cloud9. Sorry, for Complexity, rather. Sorry.
Sanks doesn't have a kit here, and he is going to make a run for it. 19 HP as well, so this round is more or less over for him and for Complexity. He'll save what he can, but it's not going to be much. They did do a lot of damage to Cloud9, but Cloud9 have the clean sheet. They have the 6-0 now going into the next round. So this is where things get really difficult and horrible for the CT side. Because if things continue this way, if their bias continues to be broken, then they will have little to offer in the second half. They'll have a very small chance to get themselves back into the game, and their margin for error will be minimal. They will opt to force it around this AK. So 3 fan masses coming out, the M4 onto Rocker as well. Actually a reasonable amount of nades. Not wanting to lose any more rounds here, this Complexity side. 2 kits. 3 players around from Cloud9 towards Ivy. If the bomb gets spotted here, then it might give an indication as to what their intentions are. There's that nice timing for the smoke. Speaking of timing, nothing with another frag through the smoke. Valenz must be ruining that one.
It's a kind of a ridiculous situation, to be honest, because honestly, like the big Ivy plays don't work so well unless the CTs are playing much further up the yard. Complexity weren't actually doing that at the start, but hey, if nothing's to just pick up a kill through the smoke just for free, then hey, it doesn't really matter all that much. As you can see afterwards, they're regrouping a little bit, rotating 1 player back to T main, and this is a stronger way to play this, because if you have a lot of players coming out T main and Pop Dog, when the CTs are already a man down, honestly, it does not look good for the CTs in this position. Complexity are going to be struggling on the defense, and Semphis will already be repositioning towards B, and they don't really have the players to do that. You can't really split up 2 and 2 on this map. You can't do that.
They think because of the timing it's going to be a B rush. Sean Gare's going to tag nothing actually down, and the push comes from Cloud9, but is it going to pay off for them? Rotation from Automatic, but he's going to get taken down. So 2 versus 3, Cloud9 now with 20 seconds to plant the bomb. There goes Semphis as well, and Roka's going to be the last man in connector. Oh, he's going to take down the bomb planter. There are 12 seconds left. They've got to plant. Is he brave enough to push through the smoke here? Desi running with the bomb. Sean's going to cover his back. 7 seconds now, and is that nade going to be good? I do minimal damage there. Now Roka's going to have to push.
Yeah, Sean Gers has got a good angle, as has Desi, to cover him, so this should be pretty impossible for Roka, to be honest. We've seen loads of situations where this just does not work out for the CTs, because it has to be a mistake from the Ts. And he's going to chase down Sean Gers and get baited in. Desi will take him down. And I have to disagree with Semphis going towards B there, because it's much better to be safe against the A play and the A just general situation, and let the bomb plant on B and know about it, so you can rotate through connector, than it is to let the bomb go down on A, or to have a 2 versus 2. Because that B guy who's alone could survive, or he could go down and maybe take a one-on-one and something like that. It's just a better situation to have more players on the A yard, to be honest, and connector. Anyway, that's my personal opinion.
Right, Roka's going to come in aggressive with the M4. He's got 2 men down already. Looks like he's considering going for the rest, trying to work out whether or not he could escape in time. Unable to do so, Shroud will make the trade for his team. But Complexity going to move up a hell of a lot, because Roka got a lot of information for the Blues there. Down goes Sean. So we've got a 4 versus 2 retake. Shroud leaves the building as well, so it's nothing versus 4. He's got a Molotov to throw onto the bomb. If he'll start to do it, I think you probably would have heard a defuse from there, though. A defuse attempt. Oh, he's found another Molotov, Dan. And he's going to run back for yet more shenanigans. I think the bomb is about to start being defused there. Oh, he's got the wrong angle through the door because the smoke's in position. Coming through the smoke, he'll get taken down by Semphis. And that should be the first round on the board here for Complexity.
But is it going to play against them? The question is going to be up there. And it will be answered by Cloud9 in this round. If they're able to take this round, obviously they reset the economy of Complexity more or less straight away. And we've got a really weird disparity of money for Cloud9, considering the fact that Nothing had so much money. But I think in this round he may have dropped somebody, I'm not sure. Either way, he should be dropping people. They should be evening out their money a little bit. And Complexity will go for a normal setup. Then Complexity Xanthus will take down Shroud straight away. And that will improve the chances, absolutely, of the CTs to win this round. As they have hindered the push, they thinned it out, but the kill will come in for Sean Gez, and that will actually open up a possibility for a bomb plant. But that said, Complexity have a player, I believe it is going to be Rocco, who's actually rotating through the Pop Dog, so that could basically shut down this round for Cloud9.
Indeed, he is soon to arrive, but can he get there fast enough? He won't be needed. Xanthus with yet more AWP frags. I think it was a 3-man for him, indeed it was. And again, at the when like all spawns considered, the CTs pretty much always get to connector before DTs get to T-main, so you have to be wary of that AWP angle being held like that. Again, Xanthus got a frag straight away there. I think one of the T's was trying to jump around the corner, but still getting taken down. So Cloud9 back on the buy here, keeping up the pressure from Complexity, who passed the first test, winning the second round after winning their first. Nothing. Doesn't need any eyes to find frags on this map, it seems. Multiple frags through the smokes, full blind headshot as well. 2 plays down for Complexity. The push has not worked for them, and now Cloud9 will sit on their lead and slow things down.
Wrecked. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, Dan. So Shroud taking down Automatic with a nice pre-fire, and again, Sean just waiting, preying on the desperation of the Complexity players. Now Rocker is alone versus 5. Going for the tap. We'll follow up and get the frag there. Much work to do. Obviously, he's going to have to be wary of at least 1 AWP, maybe even 2. This map all of a sudden becomes his worst enemy. And Free can just jump around and baits Rocker, but Rocker should know what's going on. Double peeks coming out. There's one. Desi will finally trade.
I just realised where Rocker died there. There's like really weird signs on the wall, like graffiti. I don't know if you actually saw that or noticed it.
No.
It's unlikely we'll see that position again, to point it out later. Hopefully maybe we can. Anyways, 8-2 is the score, and Cloud9 kind of resetting Complexity there. So 8-2 for them is a pretty good way to, after a reset, to kind of pole vault themselves into potentially a situation where they end up on like 11-12 rounds. It's very possible from this position. Of course, they're up against pistols from Complexity. Nice push there from Roki. He's going to get 2 players, actually. The bomb is going to be laying down in front of him, and that's going to cause quite the distraction, to be honest, and that's going to allow Automatic to come in from the back. However, he can't get any frags done there. It's going to be Cloud9 who will be able to survive some of the follow-up aggressions of Complexity, and the bomb will find its way still into the hands of Cloud9. They'll try to work out what are the best options here. Pop Flash comes in from Sean Gez for teammates down into Pop Dog as Desi leads the charge. There is the first snap there onto Thanks. He tries to spray onto the second player there, but it's, Valens will actually find the frag onto Desi. In come all the grenades, and Cloud9 should still be able to win this round, but this is a pretty scary one for them.
Yep, so we'll see if Complexity can retrieve any of those guns. And they could choose to go for this, or choose to pick up the guns that were left all the way back there, but it seems they can't really afford to give up any more rounds at this point. But the 2v2 is doable with the close quarters on train. But Cloud9 looking to maximize those ranges. Again, Nothing being sneaky with the Molotov, still surviving. Molly headed towards the bomb. Villains caught in no man's land, and you wonder what could have been. If they pick up 2 guns there, I mean, look at their economy. They could have gone for the guns towards B, I suppose, because obviously their odds are quite small, and the edge with AKs versus a 2 double FAMAS. Maybe that wins them another round here. Who knows? We will never know.
We can only presume. Now, Sean Gez with the AWP in T-main is looking for a fast frag against these Complexity players. And Roka's going to be making it done with the auto sniper there. Pretty bold position, but Sean Gez will pick up a frag meanwhile towards T-main. And that's going to allow a 3 versus 3 situation for Cloud9. Gives them a lot of space to work with as to how they decide to position themselves for an attack onto either the A or the B bomb site. Honestly, there is so much they can do with this position, and we'll have to see whether or not they can make it happen. But Complexity have good positions. They've got a forward man on Pop Dog and T-main. That is a really good way to shut this down. I like how they got 3 players on A. This is really smart. And Automatic could absolutely crush this round for Cloud9 if he hits the first shots.
Teammates baiting, but Sean Gez has the crossfire to take him down, and the T's will trade onto Automatic as well. So the plan has not necessarily worked out for the CTs here. Sean Gez has the right angle as well. Will he hold it long enough? He will. Thanks to the jump Try and go for the crouch peek there, but not fast enough to stop Sean.
I feel like Complexity had that really good setup there. That was really nice by them. I didn't see the engagement that Semphis had, and you know what he lost to Sean Guess. But if Semphis actually survives there, Automatic will probably get more than 1 kill. He'll probably get two or three kills, and that will just end the round. So really, really close one. Even though they kind of, you know, it looked like they got shut down, I think Complexity made a really good decisions there.
Okay, so Cloud9 with 3 people towards Ivy. They will see no challenge, no smokes, no anything. They're just going to move straight down, and now the Complexity players on the A side are going to be squashed between T-Main and Ivy. See him getting taken down Automatic with just 1 kill. Does he going for the raw plant, but he knows there's a player behind Electric. He gets taken down as well. It is another Rico round for Complexity. We're never expecting a lot from it. Roka. Well, Roka. Last one standing, not for long. The banana is taken by nothing. So storming half so far from Cloud9.
Indeed it is. Now, Complexity. Oh god, James. This looks terrible. It sucks. The Complexity. They got double ops though, Sanks and Semphis. Sanks is he is without any armor. There's nothing to protect him against the elements. The elements of Cloud9, which appear to be quite violent. And they'll be moving actually with 3 players up alley, and this could be really good for Complexity because of the setup that Complexity have. Is pretty strong to deal with this. They've got more or less 4 players in close proximity. And Freakazoid, who was able to maybe make a distraction by Quad, is going to go down immediately to the grenade. So honestly, Complexity, they look way ahead in this round at the moment with the setup. But it's all going to come down to these shots as we see these entries, and nothing's going to pick up the first one.
Ooh, Semphis and Sanks with stereo AWPs, taking down the Pop Dog player as well. So this is a great opportunity for Complexity to get back into the game. Now it's going to be a case of survival if it even goes that far. Sanks going down, so this is becoming expensive for Complexity. Nothing. Again, we have seen some highlight videos of him AWPing on this map, but he will have to find the right angles. Now it becomes a guessing game. Complexity will try to position themselves accordingly. So Automatic going for the longest flank NA. So nothing has moved towards Ivy now. He's got a bomb, and he has 30 seconds on the clock. He could not surely be running all the way to B. No. Okay, he's going into main, and he's going to be heard soon. You can see Automatic turning there. He hears the footsteps, even though you don't at home, and down goes nothing. Valiant attempt, but couldn't get it done in the end. 11-3 now, in favour of Cloud9.
Was it really Valiant, James, or are you just saying that because you wanted to say Valiant?
Well, he got 1 frag. He killed 1 person.
It's
there.
1 frag. Valiant, James. No. I disagree.
When you're against 3 people, it might be.
Okay. I concede immediately.
Fine, you win.
Okay, we got the next round playing out here. Last round of the first half, Cloud9 already with 11 rounds, so they're pretty comfy, cushy. A mix of comfortable and cushy. It is comfy as Cloud9 look to try to push these 4 positions. Automatic though will snap down Freakazoid with EMAG 7 and switch out for the AK and promptly spam away before falling away and realizing that he is the man. He realizes, James, that he is the man.
Well, Cloud9 had one of their legs chopped off.
Oh, please no.
You see the AWP moving to upper B. They're trying to get a pick here, trying to even things up. If Sean is brave enough, maybe he can get an angle on towards the connected player, but Roka is just ready and waiting for him. Down goes Sean. So heavily disabled now are the T side with 3 people versus the 5 of Complexity. And it looks like they're going to try that rush towards the B-bomb site with the nades they have. They've still got 3 Molotovs. You can see them still posturing, moving around. Here comes Shroud, maybe looking to find an entry. Will he spot the player above him? Roka on top of the site now. They know he's there, but down goes Shroud with the bomb. Nothing soon after, so it's Desi versus 4. Automatic coming in from the side. Very quietly indeed, and Desi, can't imagine he's going to last long in this situation. And down he goes. So 4 rounds in the first half for Complexity. Much work to do in the on their T half.
Hello.
Bish bash bosh. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, streamers are not ready yet.
I am a streamer, James, and I am ready. This is Ebot's lying. Why lie? I didn't know that Ebot was programmed to lie.
So they don't know what to tell you, Dan.
That makes me a bit worried that Ebot can lie, because it means it has its own agenda, James. Which means that it has sentience, James. Which means that we're closer to Skynet. That makes me afraid.
You make me afraid sometimes, Dan. 4 players on both sides with Kevlar. Valen's going to be the nade man for the T's. And Sean, the nade man for his team. But he's going to be finding the headshots as well towards Ivy. That is a great start there. Nothing finding more headshots as well. Semphis with what could be a consolation frag at this point. It's 2 versus 4 here. Valen's to go down as well. Now it's Semphis versus Free. Got himself a 1 versus 1. Has to reload, however. Freakazoid just holding the angles. Going to have the 1 tap to finish him off. So that's going to be pretty bad for Complexity. One would expect the Force here, as they are 8 rounds behind, with Cloud9 4 rounds away from the match.
Valens has 1 frag, James. I'm sorry to sell it to kind of point you out there, Valens,
I think he requires more frags.
But you have 1 frag, sir, and that is frankly insufficient.
Well, thanks for that. So, Complexity, what is their play? They kind of huddle. They have options towards B or Pop Dog. They've got actually 4 smokes here, so they can throw that smoke down towards the connector area, and maybe 1 upper to try and burst out together. They could even throw it in between the train channels as well. I think that's what we might be seeing here. So there's the deep one in upper. You can see the one towards connector. I think they're just going to make an entire wall of smokes here. Shroud's going to try and play through the smoke and get 1 tapped with the Tech 9 up close. Desi coming in as well. Man advantage for Cloud9, but one of the weapons they have to retake with is a scout. Will they get any kills with it? Yes, they will. Sean to take down automatic with a headshot, no less. He's heavily tagged already. Valen's going to sneak through the smoke with the MP7. Will it be enough, though? There's no kit on these remaining CTs, but there's only 1 player remaining here for the T's. That's Semphis. He's going to see Freak. He's going to kill Freak, and now the CTs are running out of time to take it. I don't think they can do this, Dan. Well, Semphis has got no armor, but... Oh, he's been holding it.
James.
So it was Operation Meat Shield for Sean.
Do you know what's nice about this round for Complexity? Is that, for a moment, James, they believed it was possible, but they were wrong. But there was a moment where they were like, oh, maybe we can do this. And there's merit in that. There's merit there, James.
Tell me more, Dan. Don't really. Valens is on 2 kills now, by the way. So Rocker's the only one with Kevlar, and the rest of the Complexity side are running around naked, essentially.
That's how I like it.
It's going to be a long night. So, two T's towards Ivy, and Sean's gone down with the scouts. I don't think his players will be too concerned, as almost none of these players have armor, other than Rocker, who is the first to fall for the Complexity side. The 1 dig, though, going to make things a bit worrisome for the CTs. 3 players left, nothing down to the pistol will be enough. Cloud9 march on. God knows what insight you have for us now, Dan.
I have a lot, but I'm going to try to save it, James, because there's only so much that mortal men can handle. Now, 14-4 is the score, so Cloud9 are close. They're close to closing this one down. And Complexity have a good buy to show for themselves with the AWP on Semphis. And no one's naked. No one is naked. That's good. That's good, because there's guns in play. Great flash, though, from Freakazoid. That's going to...
achieve nothing, because he's going to die first.
That's going to achieve nothing.
Well, we've got trades coming in. The variants of the corners of these trains will be in play now. And it's going in no one's favour just yet. Semphis, last man standing. He's got the AWP. Now it's just the 1 versus 1. Shroud making his way across the site. Will Semphis be able to read this? Seen him. They're going to dance and juke around, and Shroud now coming from the back, just getting the knife out so we can walk a little bit faster, get over here a little bit faster. Semphis has no idea where he is, and Shroud brings Cloud9 to match points.
I hate these daggers, man. They suck. That's my personal opinion.
I bought some. I will keep them because then I won't want them because I have them, which is quite stupid.
It's like the glass of water next to your bed at night.
They sit on my second account, which I play on maybe once a month.
All right, well, Cloud9 on match point now, so things looking rather splendid for them. and we'll have to see whether or not they can keep the ball rolling. Complexity do not really have a sufficient buy, and we'll see a lot of pushing, a lot of aggression out of them. And Rocker's even going to push himself up alleyway. He'll get eliminated eventually by Desi, but a 3-on-3 situation is in action. As we have the push coming in from the back, it's going to be Sean Gers. He'll get a kill, and then he'll go down, putting it back to a 2-on-2. But Automatic has the AWP, and there are fire, James. There are fire? There are fire. I will. That makes sense, I'm sure.
Bomb is still in control of the Complexity side. Semphis on the AWP, though, is always going to be dangerous. Probably the most dangerous player of these four at the moment, although the onus is on them. But again, look at the design of the map. Means Cloud9 will be stretched all over the place, trying to play the safest positions possible, the utmost unsuspecting positions possible, in order to simply survive. Semphis looking for the hunt, but Automatic will do the job for him. So they're going to assume that the other player, since there's no trade attempts, is going to be coming from A. Now they will move to identify his position. Desi coming in. He's trying to bait them out here. Oh, Semphis has missed a shot, and Desi's going to take him down. Down to the 1 versus 1 now. And they'll play with the ladder. Desi coming close. Desi going to take it for the team. The sub for Cloud9 will be the one to take them to 16 rounds.
The funny thing there is, James, is that like I don't know there's definitely a lot of argument for taking the forward positions in the yard, right, on the B bomb site on this map. But if you're a 2 versus 1, right, you don't need to do that. You just need to take the engagement together, or try to trade, or try to have situations where you make the CT push into a weird angle, because it's not like a CT can just walk up and defuse the bomb, right? So where's the value in actually taking the yard like they were doing? Because in reality, what they're doing is they're moving through positions, which makes themselves positionally weak until they get into a spot where they can shut down a choke point, which the CT's already moved through. So where's the value, James, in pushing like that?
Maybe you at home, though, if you do. Tweet Dan. But now we're going to move on to our second match of the evening, which is going to be Cloud9 versus Winterfox, coming to your screens in about 5 minutes. So we're going to go to a break. Then when we come back, we will have the second of 3 matches today. See you in a few minutes.